Hello Star Seekers, thank you for joining me in this video. Today we will be discussing the new moon in Aries on March 21st, around that time, depending on where you are in the world. And this is also the spring equinox. The sun moves into Aries, the moon moves into Aries, and there's a few other planets there, and they are making aspects with some other planets. So stay with me as we discuss the potentials of the new moon in Aries for you. Now, my usual disclaimer about which sign you should be watching. In order to know where this energy will be affecting you, you need to know which houses these particular signs fall into, specifically Aries for this new moon. Which house Aries falls into is determined by your rising sign, not your sun sign. Horoscopes are determined through rising signs. Your sun sign is very important when you're learning about your personality and how you shine in the world and where you show off. But when we're talking about predictive horoscopes, it is your rising sign that we are looking at in order to determine which house a sign falls into and therefore which area of life this energy will be felt in. So, with that said, let's get into this. Hello Aquarius Rising, thank you for joining me in this video. Let's get right into this. So when we have a new moon, we have the moon or the high priestess and the sun together on the same side of the earth. In this instance, they are in Aries, which for you, Aquarius Rising, is your third house. This is the house of communication, of your mindset, of your intellect. It's also the house of siblings and other people on that generational tier, like cousins. So with the sun and the moon there, this is really highlighting and harmonizing your already assertive nature when it comes to speaking your mind and getting your communication and your messages across. These two are being joined by Jupiter and Mercury in this third house of communication. So what this is bringing is an even more heightened communication style that is much more direct and assertive and confident, which is saying a lot because that's how you already are. Now, this placement can also indicate success in your intellectual pursuits and in learning, new learning endeavors or opportunities. This is also shining a light on your desire for independence or for freedom in your thoughts and in your mindset. Be aware that this can also bring a tendency towards impatience and a lack of attention to details. This could lead to miscommunications or misunderstandings, so be very aware of that, especially with siblings or cousins or the people in that generational tier or your neighbors as well. Okay, let me get a drink here. Now, just a few days ago, Venus moved into her home sign of Taurus. Venus rules Taurus, so when Venus is in Taurus, it is feeling harmonious and happy, as opposed to when it's in a sign where it might be feeling challenged or conflicted. Venus is home and safe and happy. Venus is joined by Uranus, or Uranus is joined by Venus, because Uranus has been in Taurus for a number of years and it will be there until 2025 still. And this has been really shaking up your house, your sense of home and safety and security. So with Venus here, what this Venus is doing is bringing a heightened appreciation for comfort, beauty, luxury, pleasure, etc. in your home and family environment. This placement can also indicate a desire for stability and security in your personal life and in your relationships with your family members or with the people who are in your home environment, your current home situation. With Uranus here, since I don't recall when it went in, but it's been a few years. This has been bringing unexpected changes and sudden disruptions in your home and family environment. This placement has also brought you a fascination with innovative or unconventional ideas relating to your home and family, such as alternative living arrangements or non-traditional approaches to your parenting or with your family, or communication with your family. So together, the Venus and Uranus in your fourth house, your house of home, this is bringing a mix of the stable energies of Venus and the unpredictable energies of Uranus to this home and family environment. And this could manifest as a desire for comfort and security combined with a willingness to try new and unconventional approaches to creating a fulfilling and stable home life or home situation. We also have Saturn over here, just moved into Pisces. Saturn in Pisces in your second house, this is the house of money. This can indicate a period of financial discipline and hard work and self-reflection relating to money, your resources, and your material possessions. This placement can also indicate a need for boundaries and structure in these areas of your financial stability and your material possessions. Neptune is also in Pisces in the second house. This has been bringing a heightened sensitivity and an intuitive connection to your areas of money, resources, and your material possessions. This placement can indicate a tendency towards idealism and confusion in your areas of money, finances, possessions, resources. So you're having a big need for clarity and discernment in that financial area of your life. Well, together, these energies combined can bring a mix of the discipline and of Saturn and the intuitive energies of Neptune to your areas of finances, resources, material possessions, the things that you value. This can manifest as a need for financial stability and structure combined with your intuitive and sensitive connection to the value and the meaning of your material possessions. Now we have some aspects going on here. We have the Sun and the Moon are making a square aspect or a 90-degree angle to Mars. Mars is over here in your fifth house, the house of play and romance. Now this Sun and Moon in your third house has been bringing a strong emphasis on your communication, your learning, and your self-expression. And this has been giving you this fiery and assertive nature to your communication style and really emphasizing your desire to express your ideas and your opinions. So in a square with Mars, that's a 90-degree angle, this can create tension between your desire for self-expression and your desire for fun and pleasure. So you might need to balance your need for this intellectual stimulation all going on here in your third house with your need for social interaction and entertainment, which is your fifth house. Okay, there needs to be some balance created there. Now, the Sun and the Moon over here in your third house are also conjunct to Neptune right next door in Pisces. And this can create a highly imaginative and a communicative situation for you. It's really going to highlight your unique approach to your self-expression and to your material possessions. This placement can indicate a desire to use your communication and your networking skills to acquire resources and finances for your independence. But there can be some challenges there related to staying grounded and really being practical with your financial matters. There can also be a strong connection here to your intuition and your spirituality with your communication and your learning. Now the Sun and the Moon, or the new moon over here in your third house, are also making a 60-degree angle to Pluto over here in Capricorn in your 12th house. So this has been there for a number of years, since 2008, and it is about to move into your first house in just a matter of days after this full moon. But at the moment of the full moon, it is still in Capricorn at the very end, tail end of it, in your 12th house if you use the whole house system. So what this can bring is the potential to create a very powerful and transformative energy for communication and spiritual growth. This placement is indicating a deep desire for knowledge and the ability for you to harness your own personal power to transform your beliefs and your perceptions. Now be aware that this could lead to obsessive and delusionary thoughts in this area of your life, in your communication and how you communicate, especially when it comes to siblings. So be aware that if you don't channel this energy properly, it can cause confusion and ultimately destruction. Venus over here in your 4th house is squaring off with Pluto in the 12th house. So the Venus in Taurus in your 4th house has been bringing a real strong attachment to your home and your family, with a desire for comfort and security within your domestic life. Now, the square with Pluto is suggesting that there could be potential power struggles or hidden issues related to control and transformation in your personal and your inner life. And this can impact your relationships and your sense of emotional stability. It's important for you to confront and address any underlying issues within your home and family dynamics and your spirituality, so that you can establish healthier and more fulfilling connections with others, especially your family, your siblings and cousins and that tier. Mars over here in your 5th house is also making a trine to Saturn in the 2nd house. With Mars in Gemini in your 5th house in this trine, this is suggesting that you may have a disciplined and strategic approach to your creative and your financial pursuits. 2nd house, 5th house, money and creativity. This is also bringing a focus on practical and intellectual endeavors that support your overall goals in your finances and creative expression. This aspect can bring a potential ability to use your mental energy and to focus and to channel your creative expression and financial resources in a productive and meaningful way. However, it's important that you are aware that there is a potential tendency towards self-doubt and limiting beliefs around your own creativity and your own self-worth. And these can impede your progress and success in these areas. So don't let those negative voices in. Find ways to create positive dialogue within your own mind about yourself. Now lastly, this Mars over here in your 5th house is also making a square to Neptune in the 2nd house. Now this is creating a challenge, and this is suggesting that you could be highly creative and expressive with a hidden potential even for a talent in the arts and entertainment field. But beware of a tendency towards escapism and a desire for isolation or idealism, and especially when it comes to material possessions or mundane life situations. Now, this square aspect between Mars and Neptune can present challenges in making practical financial decisions, and it may require a conscious effort on your part to maintain balance between your creativity and your creative expression and inspiration with your practical need for financial stability and your responsibilities within your ability to be self-sufficient. So that's all I have for you today, Aquarius. Thank you for watching.